Sunday, November 6th. It's kind of odd saying Sunday because I never hunt on Sunday. But we're in Missouri. We just got out this morning around 11:30, got our hunting license, got set up back at camp, and talked to the landowner about some tree stands and stuff. And we just came out for the evening for a little bit. About 2:45, I think it gets dark out here around 5:20 now with the time change. But it's a nice fall evening, but it's a little warm, I think, for the rut. But we're sitting over this little field edge. It's a double tree stand. It's like only 15 foot, so not something I really want to sit in again. But I've never hunted this property, so I really have no idea. I think we're gonna just kind of hunt tomorrow morning, and then lunchtime we'll hang a stand or two and put some trail cameras up and kind of scout and check it out for Monday evening and the rest of the week. So, but hopefully we can at least see some deer, just to give me an idea that there's deer here. I mean, I saw some tracks. There's definitely a trail right here, so it could be good. I just kind of feel pretty open and like not high off the ground at all. But you never know, we'll see. So after doing some rattling and grunting for a little bit, a couple minutes later I had this buck come in, and at first I thought it was just a half rack, but it turned out he had four on his left side, and then on his right side it came up about maybe 4 or 5 inches and just kind of made a Y, so just a little two on the one side. And this guy looked like he had been in some fights. It looked like he almost had like a hole in the top of his neck and a nice scar around his eye. So this guy had been in some battles. Well, I kind of screwed up this morning. I was just sitting here, and I was just getting ready for it to get a little bit more light. I was going to start rattling and grunting. I was just kind of waiting here a little bit till it got a little more camera light. And just like that, I heard something behind me. And a buck came kind of cruising here, and he came out into the field. He came at like 15 yards. But I had drew back right here, and he kind of wandered around a little bit and didn't give me a shot. And I was going to almost put my bow down and get my camera situated, but I was like, I know if I screw this up, I'm going to be so pissed at myself. So I just held my bow for at least over a minute. And he came in, and he was kind of checking the scent stick, and I was getting worried that he was going to smell me or see me or something. And then I had a good shot at his front shoulder, and I put it right in. And he ran out there at like maybe 100 yards maybe and stood. And I could see the arrow through him. I could see blood coming out from the side I hit him. And he bedded down, and he was there for a couple minutes, and he got up and he tried to walk, and he walked about 10 yards and bedded down again. So hopefully he dies here shortly. So Monday morning, climbed back in the same tree I was in Sunday evening until we got some stands hung up, and I kind of knew the location better. And right off the bat, I had a buck come in from my back left, probably about 5 minutes after light. Walked out towards the field edge, and I drew back right away and didn't present a shot right away, so I had to hold it for about a minute or so, and I finally took a shot. He was kind of quartered to me pretty hard. He was standing about 15 yards in front of me, and I thought I could get in his front shoulder and hit some vitals, but he ran out in the edge of ran out into the field about 100 yards and ended up bedding down, and he got up a couple times and bedded down a couple times, and he ended up making it into the woods. And we searched a couple hours that day and the next day and still couldn't find him. So hopefully he survived then, but I would have loved to have put those horns on the wall. hopefully we can get something killed on camera. It's kind of suck coming all the way out here to Missouri and just have some footage of buck and some doe and turkeys and a coyote and no kills. So we'll keep trying for you. And I'm at the ground on the base of my tree stand. I'm getting ready to climb. It's Saturday, November 12th. We're out here the first day of rifle in Missouri. And kind of know how things go in rifle season. As soon as daybreak, you know, deer start running, guys are shooting. So I figure I'll just do an interview now. That way in case I forget or don't have time to do one in the morning right away. But anyway, I'm sitting in a tree that I've been sitting in a couple nights, or I've been sitting in the same area the past week. I've sat in this area a couple times, and almost every time I sat here I saw buck. So it just seems like a really good spot where they kind of they go around this swamp, and I mean it's right past where I'm sitting, so it just seems like a route they travel a lot. And so hoping we can get one down this morning. Seen some pretty good bucks here. I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 shooters, but I've seen a bunch of buck, and so I hit one in Archery on Monday, but never found him. So I'm trying not to go home empty-handed, so I'm gonna pretty much take whatever I can get a shot at. But yeah, we'll hope for the best. My dad's out at a spot that he had seen some nice bucks, so hopefully I can get one down and take care of business this morning. So stay tuned. About 7 o'clock. I had heard some noise in this swamp over here. I thought it sounded like a couple deer. And I pulled my gun up and I was looking, it was just a doe. So I was filming her, she's still right out here. I had my camera on her, she's just kind of moseying around. But I just heard something else over here in the swamp, back behind her. Holy. Dude, it's a buck. Legal buck, good buck. Shot buck. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Oh, man. It's about 7 o'clock. It's pretty chilly this morning. Anyway, I heard some deer running back over here. And I first thought I saw horns. But then I had a doe come through here. I was watching her, or I saw a deer first, and I put my scope on. It's a doe, and then I didn't really hear anything. And she came out all the way across here. I filmed her for a while, and then I thought I heard something back. I'm like, I wonder if that's a buck staying back a little bit. And sure enough, a buck came out, and he came across, and he looked like a pretty nice buck. So I shot, and he's down over there. So pumped. Alright, we're down on the ground. I'm gonna head over here and start walking over to where my buck is. So I haven't seen him move. Shot him probably about 45 minutes ago. He's laying dead over here. Let's go find him. I think he's dead. I think he's a horse. Well, my first Missouri buck is a 9-point. Probably would have been a 10 next year. He's got a broken main beam here and one little nicker here. But yeah, it's Saturday, first day of rifle season in Missouri, and we've been hunting here since Sunday. And we had seen some buck. I actually hit one right in this stand behind me Monday morning archery season, first light. And he was kind of quartered to me, and I thought I put one on right in his front shoulder. It must have exited out of his belly, but he ended up bedding in the field a couple times, and he was walking pretty hurt. And eventually he got into the woods, and we searched for, I went back at it looking for him around lunchtime, and we searched for a couple hours, couldn't find him, didn't find much blood. Little drops where I hit him, and then where he bedded there was some blood. But we searched, and then Tuesday I got down at lunch and I searched for him again, and no luck. So I was getting pretty worried, and then Thursday night, actually, I've been hunting this area a lot. I had seen buck traveling through here. It's kind of a swampy area, and they seemed to kind of bypass this in the hardwoods, and they were coming around it. So I was sitting like right there at the T where they kind of cross, and I seen a lot of buck here. I'm trying to think if it was Thursday night. I had passed on a smaller buck with my bow. Kind of wish I wouldn't have, but he was kind of small, and saw a nicer one like right at dark. It could have been him, I don't know. But yeah, we seen some buck, and this morning around 7 o'clock I heard some rustling back here in the swampy area, and I got my gun up and was looking and saw a doe, and that was it. I didn't see any other deer, and she got out to about in this area somewhere. So I put my gun up and I started filming her, and I filmed her for about 2 minutes, and then after that I heard some more rustling back there, and I figured it had to be a buck, probably kind of staying behind her but following her. And sure enough, it was this guy. He was over there a little bit more. I drug him this way to get better camera light, but I was trying to hit the camera on him, and I was getting my gun, and he kept moving, and eventually I couldn't find him in the camera frame, so I just kind of put it at a spot, and I got on him and I shot, and I got so lucky that he actually walked right into where my camera was pointed at. It was just a little bit out of focus. It was focused on some trees probably about 20 yards in front of him, but it still looks decent footage, so I'm happy about that. But I'm just glad to get a buck down. I shot a turkey on Friday morning in here, and now I shot a buck, so at least I'm not going home empty-handed. It's been a pretty good trip. I should have another buck, but I don't. But now that I got some time, I'm going to actually go and do a little more searching. Over in that patch of woods, it's some nice hardwoods, and then it gets pretty thick with pines and some underbrush. So we didn't get in that area at all, so I'm going to probably do a little more searching. I just can't believe he would have made it, but if I don't find him, I hope that he did make it. So my dad's over in a stand, I don't know, a couple hundred yards in another patch of woods. So once I get this guy out of here and back to the cabin, I'll probably have him come and sit up in this stand, and then while I'm walking that, see if I push any deer out for him. But hopefully he can get one today, and then we can leave tomorrow, but that'd be too lucky. So but yeah, it feels good to finally get a Missouri buck. It's been an awesome trip. I got some buddies that are about 20 minutes from here hunting, so they shot 2 archery buck, actually 3 archery buck, and now they're rifle hunting, so hopefully they're seeing deer. But yeah, that's it. We're going to be heading home soon.